see. This was e4, e5, and
The Petrov, yeah.
yeah.
Call it Russian in German.
Yes.
But at some point I heard that it's called the Petrov, even so I like to I mean, I was used to call it like Russian as an opening.
I think in Europe, Europeans very, very much call it the Russian defense, and in America, we are really raised with this Petrov defense. So, okay, it works, and Prague has played one of the topical lines. These days, it just feels like so much work has been done on the Petrov. And this move, h2, h3, is at least for me, is a very clear indication.
Especially with a rook on h2, who is perfectly placed, sacrifice a pawn, but it's not really a pawn sacrifice because you get it back.
Absolutely, but it's a very, very, very clear indication that the move g2, g4 is on Prague's agenda. The question that I would have is, what is Duda doing in terms of playing this move? Sorry. Yeah.
If you do which move exactly? In this position?
Yeah. Why on earth would I play rook d8?
And get away from the f5 defense.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Like, okay, my approach to the position is it's blocked.
Yes, and white has a kind of long-term advantage because every pawn ending should be winning for white because of the e5 pawn.
Clear.
So this is not what black should aim for, ever exchanging every material. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, because
Sure.
you can have this kind of fortresses, but usually with a passed pawn protected, it's not a good idea to get into any pawn ending.
Exactly.
I agree.
So I'm sitting there here saying that white has, in my view, 3 pawn breaks. One pawn break is to play a5, another pawn break is to play g4, and finally the third pawn break is to play the move c4. I would find the move g4
The most promising.
scary,
Yes.
promising for my opponent. So I look and I say, well, I can handle a5 perfectly well. I will play, for example, rook a8 to d8. I can handle a5 perfectly well. I'll play b5, and whether or not you play a6 is a different matter, but that's great. By the way, now that you've played a5,
You can never hit c4 again, and g4 is left, but this is
it's the
maybe
only
not,
thing.
Yes, but this might not be enough, and minor pieces are missing to exploit all the holes.
Exactly, and the rook holds up f5. So when I saw this move, rook d8, and then I saw, Prague innocently, without any, like just playing the move. defend the pawn, the passive move, the passive defense would have been something along the lines of king d7.
d7, yes.
Let's go back, and the active defense which was played. You attacked me.
And now I have
you.
to protect f4 because I don't think that I can allow this pawn to be captured.
We were talking about perpetual checks a moment ago when I was a rook down. Here I will not be a rook down, so no, there's no time for rook c6, and king g3 looks like an
Not what you want.
at suicide, as after all we did open up the G file, and that is that scene. So I'm expecting that after this move, queen h6, he will probably be required to return
To f3 or to e3, but f3 makes more sense, so queen e6 will be played, and then he has to come up with some new idea.
Right.
But not sure that he has so many new ideas, because for black it's quite easy. I bring my king to b7 and I will look at my opponent and say like, okay,
What are you doing?
Try something.
Right.
And the moment this happens, actually it's for black, practically speaking, fairly easy to play. And look at the time, we have 20 minutes against 1 hour. I mean, not that it really is a big thing here because we had move 34, but still.
You feel it.
Yeah.
You definitely feel it. And by the way, the players have agreed to a draw because that's exactly, you described it very well, what was going to happen if he allows, and they're pointing it out, if I allow you to put your king on b7.
It might be even easier for black to play from a practical point of view, yeah.
So after queen f3, queen e6, queen c3, queen h6, the players understood that there would be a forced repetition. So far, 2 draws, and I think Wesley had an easy go.
Yes.
Prague was putting on a little bit of pressure, but he never really had anything that you could really sink your teeth in and say, okay, he's finally achieved